Hi Stefan, how long are you riding motorcycle?
For almost my entire life.
Okay, and how would you evaluate your skills in low-speed motorcycle operations on a scale 1 to 10? 1 is worst and 10 is the best.
I would rate myself a solid 11.
Wow, that's really great.
I show you right away.
Okay.
I won't touch the front brake again, Rob. I promise. I really promise.
Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me. And you know this, or at least you should. Okay, so guys, today is January 14th. It's almost noon, and it's 60 degrees out here. I'm sorry, for those of you that have never been to this channel before, my name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career. 15 of those years were spent with the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit. The name of this channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And on this channel, I focus primarily on slow speed motorcycle operation, me sharing my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, motorcycle riding community. And as I started to say, I focus primarily on slow speed motorcycle operation because that's the skill that's required for you to actually, really, it defines if you actually know how to ride your motorcycle, okay? At speed, your motorcycle can pretty much go by itself as far as staying upright. It doesn't need a lot of input from you. But when you slow down 1 to 10 miles per hour, that's the speed range most motorcycle riders don't like. You slow down in that range, that's when it's all on you. All right, and that's what I want to help you guys do. I want to help you be the boss of your motorcycle. And what that simply means is I want you to be confident at slow speeds. I don't want you to get that feeling every time you slow down your motorcycle. I don't even want you to have to think twice making right turns, left turns, and the infamous U-turn. All right. Now, let me emphasize this. This channel is not just for people riding Harley Davidsons or Indians or any type of bagger motorcycle. That's not what this is about. This channel is for all types of two-wheeled vehicles. That's what I'll say. All right. So if you're an operator of a two-wheel vehicle, listen up. This is for you. This is important for you. Okay. Also, this is not about dragging your floorboards and doing extreme stuff. None of that is really necessary. This is just about raising your confidence because, as I always say at the end of my videos, a confident rider is not only a safer rider, but a rider that's going to enjoy riding their motorcycle way more. Guaranteed, guys, or your money back, even though you're not paying for this. All right? Also on this channel, I do practice sessions right out here in Pooler, Georgia. That's usually on a weekly basis. If that's something you're interested in, go to the description section, go down to where it says practice sessions, read what it says, follow what it says. I also do private lessons. If you're interested in that, go to my website, click on where it says private lessons. I do product reviews, I do installs and installations, well, installs are installations. But I do product reviews and anything that I feel is relevant or beneficial to you guys, I'm always gonna do a video on it. Now, speaking of private lessons, that's what I'm doing out here today. Now, normally, private lessons are private. So they're not recorded, and if they are recorded, there's an extra fee for that. And it's just for the viewing pleasure of whoever is taking the private lesson and whoever they want to share it with. But today's private lesson, I got two guys here, really I got three guys here, two from Germany, and they've agreed to have their private lesson recorded, and they want to share it with you guys, all right? All right, guys, so these guys traveled a very, very long distance. As a matter of fact, one of them told me that I want the trophy for the longest distance traveled for a private lesson, and they have it. So we're gonna talk to them now, introduce themselves to you guys, talk about what they ride, how long they've been riding, you know, the questions that we normally ask, get to know them. They are V.I.Preloaders, so all right, let's talk to them. All right, what's your name, sir?
Mark.
Mark, where are you from?
I'm from Germany, southern part, Bavaria.
Ah, how far is that from here?
Too far, to be honest. 9.5 hours by plane.
Wow, and really it's 9.5 hours by plane to North Carolina, right? So I don't know how far it is to here, actually, because then you drove here, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So this is additionally roughly 4 hours.
Okay, all right, wow, that's amazing. And how long have you been riding a motorcycle, Mark?
I started very early, but with no practice. So I restart cycling 5 years ago or something.
Okay, and what kind of motorcycle do you ride?
This is in the back of mine. I have the same motorbike as a CVO 21 Road
Okay.
Glide.
Okay, but what are you riding today?
Today I have the pleasure to ride the Road King.
You're riding Angel.
Angel, yeah.
That's a 2019 Road King Special.
It's a new experience.
It's a downgrade, I know.
No, not really, not really. It's a heavy motorcycle, and
Well, we don't use that word out here. we don't say heavy, because the weight doesn't matter. And if you start thinking about it, it's gonna, you're gonna start, brain screwing yourself. Okay, and you said that you at home, you actually have this motorcycle. You have Blaze.
That's true.
2021 Road Glide CVO.
That's correct.
Oh, beautiful. Wow, look at that, guys. Wilbur suspension on Blaze. Okay, and on a scale of 1 to 10, Mark, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
Without any doubt, a maximum is 1.
A maximum of 1. Okay, all right, guys, so clearly I've been watching Mark drive. I've been watching him ride, so I'm going to contest his 1. But I respect it, but I'm contesting it. All right, pleasure to meet you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Stefan. I've been here before, but not for the lesson, and today it's going to be the real thing.
Stefan, don't you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's
You heard of it?
it's a German-English channel right now. I started with just English content. Right now I'm doing both English and German, and mostly technical content. So I started with promoting some bikes, and right now I'm more focusing on install videos. So the quality of the video doesn't need to be that good, and that really suits my way of doing videos.
And guys, check out Stefan's channel. He's being modest about his channel. There's some very good information on that channel, some tutorial stuff about how to do stuff with your motorcycles. And Stefan actually is, if you guys have already heard about rattle killers, Stefan's the guy that invented those. And that is I can't even demonstrate it for you now, guys, because all of my motorcycles, actually I could, maybe on that Street Glide.
Yeah.
But all of my motorcycles have the rattle killer, so it doesn't have all of this play. And if you guys ride a Harley Davidson, I'm going to tell you, touch your throttle, and you'll see all of the play that it has, either in and out or up and down. So now this feels substantial. Thank you for that. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
About 30 years, with a big pause during our kids when they grown up. I just didn't have any time. And I started a little more than 10 years ago on my first Harley Davidson, a Road King Classic, which I really loved. And then 3 years ago, I was lucky to get one of the rare CVO Road Glides in red pepper, and I don't know the rest of the color scheme. It's just red and black and very beautiful. And it's definitely the same bike like this one, and I have the pleasure to ride this one today because I've won the trophy of the greatest distance for a private lesson, because my house is about 18 feet far away from Pula than Mark's house. And
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, and so I'm allowed to ride Blaze, which, that's between Robert and me, is my favorite in the garage.
All right, so you're riding Blaze today. Very good. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
After your demonstration before, not more than a 5.
Not more than a 5. I need a number.
5.
Oh, okay, 5 is excellent. Okay, very good. Looking forward to having some fun with all of you guys. Pass the mic to this gentleman.
Thank you very much.
Now, this gentleman is not a V.I.Preloader. He's not even a preloader. I thought these guys were going to talk to him last night and get him on board. But what's your name, sir?
How's it going? I'm Mike.
Mike, where you from?
New Jersey.
What part of New Jersey?
Monmouth County, right in the middle.
Okay, all right. And how long have you been riding a motorcycle?
I started riding when I was 4. Grew up off-road. I've been riding off-road my whole life. Did all the national enduros, all hair scramble enduro stuff. New to the street world.
Gotcha. But remember, I talked to you about this today and yesterday. The rules don't change, so just keep that in mind.
Yep.
What are you riding today?
I'm riding a 21 Street Glide.
Okay, 21 Street Glide. What is this? What's all these stickers and
This
stuff
is
all over?
courtesy of Wilbur's USA. Has all the nibble mat equipped.
Ah, that's the suspension that I have on my motorcycle, right?
It is.
Ah, okay. This is a Street Glide standard.
Yes, yep.
Okay, and Mike, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, slow speed motorcycle operation, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
So yesterday I was asked this question by Robert and I had said a 7 to find out that Robert rates himself at an 8. So I'm going to take that back and I'm going to go around a 5 with Stefan.
Okay, very good. All right, now we're going to get down to it, guys. We're going to have some fun. Well, I didn't tell him, but I'm getting ready to tell him, leave your egos on the sidewalk. It's not a competition. We're just here to have fun and learn. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, I started to say welcome to the USA, but that's corny. You've been here before. But welcome to my playground. And I'm so blessed to have this. And every day I see this, every day I ride out here, or every day somebody sends me a video of them finding a little niche place to, a little small place to practice, I realize how, blessed I am to have this. And that's why I want to share this with all of you guys. So again, I said it's November 14th. Guys, if your motorcycle is in hibernation and it's not in Germany, pull it in the trailer, bring it down here, enjoy this good weather. Let's practice, okay guys? All right, guys, welcome. Go over a couple of rules. Firstly, well, for you two, a lot of this stuff you already know. So Mike, this is gonna be new to you. And I do want you guys to know, because I'm assuming you know a lot of stuff, I'm gonna be testing you today on your knowledge as V.I.Preloaders, okay? Like I said, egos on the sidewalk, have fun. This is not, I know Stefan's very competitive. This is not a competition, all right?
Mine is the most beautiful one.
This is not, are you talking about the motorcycle? Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm just being sure.
Edit it out. No,
Negative.
No, I know that you're not going
Not going to. All right, so, and there's no pressure here. So anything that you don't want to do, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it, because my goal is to raise your confidence, not shatter it, okay? All right, any questions? All right, we all know that if you grab that front brake and I see you grab it, that's a 10 push-up penalty, okay? It's voluntary, nobody's gonna be standing over you, waiting for you to do it. I'll do it for you, or somebody else in Preloader Nation will do it for you. All right, so we have 1 through 9 today, exercises 1 through 9. The first exercise is the slow ride. Now, the slow ride is an exercise I never used to do because I didn't think I needed to. But when I see people stopping their motorcycles, yeah, it's necessary. Because, again, 1 through 10, those 1 mile per hour through 10 miles per hour, what do you call it, kilometers in Germany?
up to 15 kilometers an hour. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to stick to that miles per hour thing. Motorcycle riders are very uncomfortable in that speed range. Why? Because in that speed range, you have to be the boss of the motorcycle. It's all on you, right? So, and I use the analogy that Stefan used. I talked to Stefan about it, but I used it before, of the airline pilot. At 30,000 feet with the plane on autopilot, any one of us can sit in the seat, and we look like rock stars. But when it's time to land that plane manually, he has to be the boss of that plane, just like you have to be the boss of your motorcycle, because at speed, it doesn't need you at all. I just saw a video recently of a guy on a street glide. He's on the highway. The motorcycle's facing this way. He's sitting on the seat like this. And the motorcycle's on cruise control. I mean, and every now and then he would touch the handlebar to straighten it out. But so again, it doesn't need you. But at slow speeds, yes, it does. But as long as we understand today that as long as there's power going to your rear wheel, you're going to be fine. Is everybody okay with that? Yeah. Okay. So first exercise, you guys are going to go down there. I'm going to be over here. I want you guys to get up to at least second gear. Okay? And then as you're stopping, of course, you can use the front brake. A lot of people get confused. They'll be going 25 miles per hour and using the rear brake to stop. I don't touch my rear brake until I'm going at least 10 miles an hour. That's me. Everybody's different. But my point is, your rear brake is for control. Your front brake is for stopping. So there's no reason to be using your rear brake going 30 miles an hour, in my opinion. I'm not saying you can't. That's just my opinion. Come to a smooth stop. Remember, when you come to a stop, it's not a surprise when the motorcycle is going to stop because you're stopping it. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. And as soon as you're going to stop, left foot down. Now, if you want to put both feet down after you stop, that's fine. You know, Mark and Stefan, our motorcycles have the auto hold so you can pull the brake all the way in. You don't have it? Or you have a 20?
19 model year.
A 19 model year. All right, see all that talk. All right, Mark, you back up to the top. As far as the motorcycle goes. Okay. Once you come to a smooth stop, preload your throttle. You know what preload is?
Yeah, holding at a steady.
Yes.
A steady amount.
Throttle,
Yeah.
and keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Listen to the engine, and that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to practice getting used to listening to the engine, because you should hear if it's too low. A lot of people preload, and then as soon as they start to move, they let the preload out. So you're going to preload. You're going to slowly release the clutch into the friction zone, and as soon as you feel the motorcycle move, pick up your left foot. Like, there's no reason to keep your foot on the ground. You know, we don't use our feet out here for anything except using the rear brake. This is not the Flintstones. The motorcycle is not being controlled by your feet in any way. It's a heavy-ass motorcycles. Yes, I use the word heavy because I'm using the word to emphasize what are you doing with your feet with something that weighs this much? You're just putting yourself at risk of being injured. Okay? All right, any questions? Let's do it. All right, guys, exercise number 1. Stefan decided to take the bags off of Blaze. He said it would make him feel better. Now, I told him I wanted him to get up to second gear. No, to me. Stop here, yeah. See that finger on that front brake? Let it go. That's 10 push-ups. Okay, when you come back, I want you to get up to at least second gear. Okay. Try it again. All right, there's our first offender. And the funny part is, when he stopped, he was looking at me, and guess what finger he had on the front brake? His middle finger. So what was he telling me? You're fine. No, you're fine. Okay, reload. Reload, reload. So I got those tab performance on there with the zombie baffle, so I can hear that preload was low. Beautiful. Preload, preload. Okay, got Mike again. Perfect. All right, you can park. You can park. Okay, better preload that time. Perfect. Like I said, I'm contesting that one. No way. Stefan's doing push-ups. I don't know why. I didn't see him grab the front brake. Oh, that's not Stefan. It's Mike. And yes, Mike, the first time, I said it on camera, so I'm going to say it to you guys. Not only did he pull up with his finger on the front brake, but it was his middle finger. So what's he telling me? And I was like, I just want to make sure he's squeezing it and he's not just having his hand on it. I said, let it go. Click. So, all right.
Definitely a thing that I've maintained from your price.
Exactly. So, you know, I want you to understand that we practice for That's the main reason we practice. We're trying to replace instinct with muscle memory. And the only way that's going to happen is you have to do stuff over and over. Repetition equals retention, right? So stopping with your front brake, if you know how to ride your motorcycle and you also practice a lot, it's not going to be a big deal because when happens, you're not going to grab at it. But if you never practice slow speed operation skills and something happens, that's the first thing you're going to do, and then you're going to have problems, okay? So that's why we make it such an important point. We make up so much of an issue of that front brake, because at the end of the day, nothing that we're doing out here are we using that front brake. It's too much power, too much brake power. All right, one other thing, Mike. When you took off, Mike, the V.I.Preloaders had the rear brake covered, because we always cover the rear brake. Again, we're just getting in the habit of doing it, because when we're doing this stuff, we keep our foot on the rear brake. Doesn't mean we're applying pressure. Because if something happens and we need it, we don't want to have to now go to it, because then you're going to smash it. All right, that way we could just apply light pressure. Everything we do is subtle. When you took off, Mike, both your feet were on the floor, and you left your feet on the floor, and both your feet went back like this. Again, I don't think you feel like you need to do that, but people do that sometimes for whatever reason. It's a habit. Okay. Remember, as soon as you feel it starting to move, get those feet up. All right. Next exercise number 2, the slow ride. All right. I think you said you were a champion of this, so this is good. Mike said he used to do competitions with the slow ride, and the purpose of the slow ride is to get you a little bit more familiar with feeling your motorcycle moving at slow speeds and trusting that if you ever feel like you want to put your foot down, just open up the clutch a little bit, go back into the friction zone a little bit more, because we're already preloaded. We preload and we keep it loaded. So the same thing you did in exercise number 1, preload, keep it loaded, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone, and then as soon as the motorcycle started to move, right, you were taking off. And if there's no traffic, first gear, second gear, whatever. In this case, you're doing the same thing, but you're going to be releasing the clutch into the friction zone as traffic. And I want you to go slow enough so that you can't just ride in a straight line. Shouldn't be able to ride in a straight line. You should have to do some kind of, now I'm going to be walking beside you. Stay at my pace. If you're going faster than me, you're going too fast. If you can ride in a straight line, you're going too fast. Again, I'm not saying you have to do it like crazy, but just enough so that every time you feel a motorcycle, just let the clutch out a little bit. All right? You can use the rear brake if you'd like, or you don't have to. You can go in and out of the friction zone. Totally up to you. At the end of the day, this is designed to help you get over the instinct of putting your foot down when you feel Okay, any questions? All right, mount up. You ready? Let's do it. Excellent. See his head and his eyes are straight ahead. Light pressure on the rear brake. Excellent job, you can park. Excellent job. And that motorcycle, it's a great looking motorcycle. Good, ready? Let's do it. Now these handlebars are a little low for Mark, because they're a little low for me. I'll be changing them soon. But excellent job. Great job, Mark. You can park. Now I have to pull up right here because this is exercise number 1. All right, perfect. You ready? All right, let's do it. Good. Keep it loaded. Good. Cover that rear brake. Excellent. See, his throttle's not too high, it's not too low. We don't need a lot, we just need it to be sufficient. All right, good job, Mike. You can park. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good today. So the reason why I had you guys pull up and then stop is because I want to emphasize how important exercise number 1 and exercise number 2 are. It's always relevant. There's no way around it. You have to start and you have to stop. right? And the slow thing, that's going to come in handy every place else anything else we're doing out here, right? If you're comfortable riding your motorcycle like that, right? You're well within the 1 to 10 mile per hour range, and you guys all look very comfortable. So when we get up to stuff like exercise number 4, where now you have to make a right or left turn, just turn the handlebar. You're doing the same thing, right? Okay. Outstanding job. Mike, just make sure you concentrate on, I didn't say it before, head and eyes. Straight ahead, all right? Even with the horizon. You didn't get crazy with it. Every now and then you look down, and that's fine. I tell people all the time, the word never is not really relevant. If you were never supposed to look at it, it would be no gauges there. It would just be a piece of plastic, all right? So it's not a big deal. As long as you look down and look right back up, fine. Now, of course, that's not relevant in the middle of a tight turn. You need to constantly look where you're going, all right? But, all right, I keep doing this. Exercise number 3, any questions? All right. You guys are doing great. Exercise number 3 is trust and believe. Do you trust and believe, Stefan?
I try to, but it's not always working.
Let me ask the whole question. Do you trust and believe that as long as you have sufficient power going to the rear wheel, you're going to be fine? Mark?
I believe so.
Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, your bike's still on. All right, so I always try to start this on my bike. All right, so exercise number 2, like I said, we were trying to, you practice that to get your body ready to react by opening up your clutch a little bit if you feel like the motorcycle is getting ready to fall, right? Okay, exercise number 3, trust and believe. We're gonna kind of be doing the same thing. However, we're not going to be moving. All right, so there's 5 steps to this exercise. What's step number 1, Stefan? What's always step number 1?
Preload, keep it rolling? No. Cover the rear brake.
Mark, what's always step number 1? The
Starting the engine.
V.I.Preloader is being tested. All right, swing and a miss. Step number 1 and always step number 1 is make sure the motorcycle's in first gear. All right, so important because I did this exercise once and I was in second gear. It didn't fall, but it almost fell. Yeah. And I just had to open the clutch up all the way and throttle to get out of there because it was going over. All right, so you make sure your motorcycle's in first gear. Because we're riding Harley Davidsons, we can't just look down. We have to actually do this with our foot because it doesn't tell us with the clutch in. Step number 2 is, remember this is a rectangle. So if we make sure we were in first gear, that's down here, then we come across, cover the rear brake. Preload and keep it loaded. Then you come back across here, clutch right before the sweet spot. So we're not in the friction zone, but right before it. Why are we doing that, Mark? That's right.
We need the power on the rear wheel.
That's right, because step number 5 is pick up your left foot. Again, motorcycle not moving at all. Motorcycle's going to start to fall. We don't want to be searching for the friction zone at that point because if you panic, you're going to pop it out. As soon as you feel it starting, and I say as soon as you feel it starting to fall, just open up the clutch. You're preloaded already, so you got that power. Listen to the engine. And we're covering the rear brake because everything we do, we want to be in control when we do it. So I don't want you to open up your clutch and so I'm going to do it right in front of you. I'm not worried about running into you because I'm going to use the rear brake. So make sure I'm in first gear. I'm going to cover the rear brake. As Mark said, I'm going to start the engine. Preload, keep it loaded. I'm already falling. Clutch right before the sweet spot. That's it. Like and the reason I tell people to practice this is because if you keep practicing this, there's no way it's not going to become your muscle memory. Because again, I always tell people if you want people to remember something, tie an emotion to it. People remember their happiest, maddest, saddest moments and their scariest moments. The feeling of falling, your brain has to be reprogrammed to associate it with this, not this. Okay? All right, any questions? Stefan, pull your motorcycle up to those cones. I'm sorry. That way. I meant to say pull my motorcycle up to those cones. All right. Yep. First gear, cover the rear brake, good. Preload, keep it loaded. Let it out. Woo! Perfect. Oh, that was beautiful. 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 And as he pulls up here, exercise number 1. Nicely done. All right, he did that perfect. That's big shoes to fill. No competition though. Good, good. So Mark, I saw the motorcycle was, the back of the motorcycle was going down like this before he moved. That means he's in the friction zone. I don't want him in the friction zone. Head up, head and high, straight ahead, good. Nice, beautiful. So when you did it, the back of your motorcycle was like this. That means you were in the friction zone. I don't want you in the friction zone, so let me try it again. Mike, that was beautiful. Beautiful. Mike even let his motorcycle fall a little bit more. Doesn't matter. Oh, beautiful. See that stop? Ah, beautiful. No, 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 no. Don't move. Just pick up your foot. The motorcycle shouldn't be moving. Trust and believe. There you go. Let the throttle go too low. Try it again, Mark. Nice. There we go. Woo! All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 4. Right turns and left turns from a stop, everybody's favorite.
Yeah, I noticed you get off on the right.
I get off on the high side for 2 reasons. The first reason is that's a police motor officer thing. Most times you pull somebody over, you're on the right side of the roadway. Yeah. You don't want to get off the side that's on the traffic side. Yeah. You could trip, anything could happen. Secondly, police motorcycles have the thing on the back. Sometimes you have on a leather jacket, a gun belt. If you're trying to clear all of that stuff, the saddlebags are white, the boots are black, you're scraping them. So getting on the motorcycle on this side makes that whole process easier. And people go, I feel like I'm gonna tip the motorcycle over. Unless you're 600 pounds, that's not gonna happen. But even if you are, we're not doing this, right? We're putting our foot on this floorboard, our hand on this hand grip, and then a hand on this grip. Now, some people say grab the front brake. If it's in gear, you don't need to do that, and it should be in gear. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to you guys about that. Once you reach across and now you step up, your body's centered. Now you have to do is do that, and you're good to go. All right? Before I get to exercise number 4, as we were riding over here, we were waiting at the light. And when it was time to go, I just let my clutch out, but I heard the motorcycle to the right of me go into first gear. So my question to you, Stefan, is why are you in neutral at a light?
To save the clutch.
No, see, the clutch doesn't need to be saved. It's barely being used. So listen, it's an example of what I say when I say motorcycle riders are either complacent or lazy. The complacency is everything's gonna be okay, so I can just sit in neutral, right? The laziness is I don't feel like holding in the clutch all of this time, right? Because preloaders practice, we're building up the muscle in this forearm. So we have a little bit more endurance, so we're okay. So, and I also noticed that you park in neutral. Definitely don't want to do that, okay, because you don't want the motorcycle rolling unnecessarily. Leave it in gear. Okay, those are just my opinions. Exercise number 4, right turns, left turns from a stop. How many steps in this exercise, Stefan?
We are not prepared. Okay, go back to start.
Mark?
4.
All right, there are 8 steps in exercise number 4. Now, the first 3 steps are the same as with always step number 1, Stefan.
Make sure the motorcycle is in first gear.
That's right. We're going to make sure the motorcycle is in first gear. Step number 2, we're going to cover the rear brake. Step number 3, we're going to preload and keep it loaded. Step number 4, clutch right before the sweet spot. So the same as over there. Step number 5, head and eyes. We're going to look in the direction that we're gonna go, even with the horizon. That's step number 5. Step number 6, we're gonna slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. Step number 7, as soon as the motorcycle starts to move, we're gonna pick up our left foot. At the same time, we're covering the rear brake, and if not, probably using it. And then step number 8, turn the handlebars. So 3 things are gonna determine the radius of our turn. What's one of them, Mike?
Speed.
That's right. And I'm so happy he said speed first, because in my mind, that's the highest contributing factor to people not being able to make turns like this. Too much speed. Why is it too much speed? Because people are not comfortable in that range. So how do you get out of that range? Speed or duck walking. We're not going to do either of that. So speed. Second one?
Lean angle.
That's right. How much you lean the motorcycle. Mark, bring it home.
How much? It's not necessary to lean the motor.
No, it's not, but I'm talking about what are the 3 things that determine the radius of your turn. Speed, lean angle, and how much you turn the handlebars, right? So, like Mark says in this exercise, I don't want you to lean the motorcycle. I want you to do this straight up, all right? Now I'm gonna put the camera over here because we're gonna do left turns first. That way you can see that when you watch this back from that angle. So when you guys come in here, the first time you come through, I just want you to go right through. Don't stop. The second time, I want you to stop at the line and then make a left turn. The third time, I want you to stop at this line, make the turn, and then stop over here. And I added that because I noticed that when people would make this turn, if they felt uh-oh, they would just gun their throttle and end up either hitting this cone or just missing it. But in that moment, they're not in control. I want you to always be in control. So you should be able to make this turn, come to a stop. And why that comes in handy also is the scenario where, actually I'm gonna have you guys do that too. I want you to make this turn with some speed. I want you to lean and then come up and stop in that same location. I had to add that as well because people were saying, I was in a turn, somebody got in front of me, and I dropped the bike, and I didn't mad at that person. When really it's on them because they didn't know what to do, they panicked. All right, you should know how to bring your motorcycle back up even if you're at speed and come to a smooth stop. So again, all you're doing is, uh-oh, go back into the friction zone, use the rear brake at the same time. That's gonna stabilize the motorcycle, come to a stop. All right, I'm just gonna run through it quickly, all 4 of them. Excellent. Excellent. No, straight through, straight through. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Mike is looking at my cones. Excellent, excellent. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Excellent. So as you're pulling up, you're looking down here. Head and eyes, straight ahead. And when you're making this turn, you're molesting my cones with your eyes. Look at my camera. Just keep looking at it. Nope, don't look down. Keep looking at it. Good. Good. Do it the same way again. Do the same thing again. All right. It happens. It's okay. I want to know what movie is playing down there that you're watching. Good. All right, come to a stop right here. Perfect. Come to a stop, Mark. Beautiful. All right, we gotta get those eyes up, Mike. Do a lean and stop. All right, Mark. I want you to go into this with a little more speed. But you got to make sure you don't clip the inside cone when you make this turn, okay? Remember, I want you to come to a stop. Come to a stop. Lean, stop. All right. Nice. All right, good. Those head and eyes are killing me, man. All right. All right, let's move to the right side. Doing great, though. Doing great. Yeah, Mike's buried. As he turns, he's buried. He's good. All right. Excellent. And you see when Stefan makes these turns, he's in the middle of the lane. That's what you want to do. It shows that he's putting all of the stuff together that needs to be done. Turn in the handlebars, lean if he is leaning, which he really isn't, and speed. Now see how the same turn, Mark is out here. Again, it's not a competition, but I'm just showing, I want to show you the differences. We got to get Mike to keep his head up. Stop here. All right, try it again. Beautiful. See where his motorcycle is? Right in the middle of the lane. Look at me the whole time. Don't look away. There we go. Stop looking at my cones, Stefan. Stop looking at my cones. Good job. Keep it loaded, baby. Keep it loaded. And stop. And stop. Excellent. Excellent. It's supposed to stop. Stefan just killed somebody. Good. Excellent head and eyes. Oh, the changed man. Let me see something with Mike. There you go. Hey, Mike. Excellent. All right, just make a right turn. Aha. Do it again. See, when he had momentum, he had no problem looking at me. Let's see if that changes when he's doing it from a stop. Everything's different when you're doing it from a stop. All right, look at me. And don't stop looking at me. Keep looking at me. There you go. Outstanding. All right, we're going to move on to exercise number 5, single serpentine. All right, guys. Excellent job. I know that there's hope for Mike now because he was able to look at me the whole time while making that turn. But he's almost like his eyes are like this. So what I want you to get in the habit of doing, Stefan, you as well, not every time, but just once. Head and eyes and then handlebars. So if you start moving your motorcycle and then you look, it might be too late. So you want to make sure you look first, everything's clear. Now handlebars, now I'm going to go. All right, but outstanding job. I'm loving this. Okay, exercise number 5, single serpentine. I used to think that this exercise was just for fun, you know, but it's very relevant because you need to be able to maneuver your motorcycle at slow speeds, but not very slow speeds like we were just doing. This is going to be a little bit faster, but not so fast that you still can't turn your handlebars. Because we know when we're riding our motorcycles at speed, we turn like this, right? We're not going that fast here, but we're not going that slow like we did on exercise number 4 either. So you need to be able to maneuver your motorcycle in case there's emergency evasive maneuvers that you need to do out there in the real world. And that's what this is about. This is about leaning your motorcycle too. So now I want you to lean your motorcycle. These cones are 15 feet apart. All right, so it's plenty of room, but some people see all of that room and they hug the cones. They want to go down like this, just clipping all of the cones. See, there's a line on this side and a line on that side. I want you to kind of go toward those lines as you're going down here. That's going to force you to lean your motorcycle to make these turns. We're not going fast. Remember, speed is taking away space, and it's also making you have to make decisions quicker, okay, or react to things quicker. Nice and easy. Stay in the friction zone or go in and out, however you want to do it. Use the rear brake. You don't have to drag your rear brake in an exercise like this. You just don't. But if that makes it easier for you, by all means, do it. When you make this first turn, you should be kind of close to this cone. And you should be preparing for the next turn early so that you're kind of close to this cone. You don't want to be all the way up here because now you're just making everything tighter. Again, it's not impossible. It's just going to make you have to lean more. But I'm pretty sure none of us have an issue with leaning the motorcycle. I'm going to demonstrate it. And when you guys do it, you're actually going to do it coming in this direction because the whole time you're doing this, Mike, I want you looking at my camera. All right? Straight at it. Your peripheral vision will pick up the cones. Don't worry about it. Somebody asked me about counterbalancing. Keep your body straight up and down. for everything we're doing out here. There's your counterbalance. We're not doing anything extreme. You're not doing this. Just straight up and down, let the motorcycle work underneath you. Okay? Any questions? All right. Very good. Looks very good. Head and eye straight ahead. Excellent. Got Mark. And listen, guys, when you practice, oh, started that too early. Got to swing out. When you practice early, when you practice, it shows. Just get that cone, you knock down. Hey Mark! Hey Mark! There's a black dot on the ground. That's where that cone goes. When you get down there, tell them there's a black dot on the ground. That's where the cone goes. You guys got to know I'm a precision type of guy. You can't just put these cones anywhere. Very nice, very nice. Nice and smooth. Okay, Mike's gonna take care of it for him. Very good. That looks beautiful, Stefan, beautiful. All right, there we go, start out wide. But see, he's going too fast. He hit the same cone. Too much speed, too much speed. Remember, the faster you go, the harder it is to turn your motorcycle. So if you're trying to do something like this, single serpentine, you put that on the black dot? Did you put it on the black dot? There's a black dot. The Germans don't understand the black dot. Mike. Yeah, so the faster you go, the harder it is to turn your handlebars. So this is why he's hitting that cone, because he can't turn to go out wide enough. See, he starts out nice and slow. See, speed, speed. Just missed that cone. Okay. All right, so Mark, tell me, the bike is still on. Tell me why you're hitting this cone.
I was too fast.
There you go. See, again, if you know what you're doing incorrectly, that's beautiful, because you know how to go back, you correct it. So I need you, I'm gonna have you do that again. I want you to slow down. Remember, the faster we go on the motorcycle, the harder it is to turn the handlebars. So you're kind of trying to fly through it. You don't have to go fast. If you're going at a nice clip of speed, if you look at Stefan doing it, everything looks so fluid because he's turning his handlebars, he's keeping the speed up. That's all you have to do. Try it one more time. Again, knowing what you did wrong, that's the key. And then you can go back and correct it. But if you don't know what you're doing wrong, you're just going to keep repeating the same thing over and over, right?
You know, Robert, are you recording?
Yeah.
You know why it's so smooth and everything?
Because you ride the same kind of motorcycle and you have Wilbur suspension.
No, exactly, but it's Blaze, which is the most beautiful bike.
Ah. So we should let Mark get on Blaze. Better, better. Now I would still prefer him to go out wider. Mark, do it again and go out wider. Because he's still kind of hugging the cones. I want you to treat these cones like they're poles. If your saddlebag is going over the cone, you hit the pole. Go all the way out. All the way out. The further you go out, the slower you have to go. See, he's going a little fast, but this is much better. Okay, better. All right. See, and guys, this is just little refinements that we had to do because he's good. All right, you guys know what's next. Exercise number 6, the infamous U-turn. So I was actually saying to the camera, but I'll say it to you. You can always see the benefit of practice, right? Clearly, yes, you sent me a video, so I know you practice. But the more you practice, it's going to raise your confidence. And, you know, Mark was just saying, just him going through this 3 times, the 3rd time is better than the 1st. That's the way it's supposed to be, you know? When I come out here and I warm up, 2nd time is always better than the 1st. And sometimes the 3rd time is better than the 1st. Because, you know, it all depends. But at the end of the day, the only issue with him there was speed. And the reason why he couldn't go out wider is because it was too much speed. Okay? So, but at the end of the day, he knew what he was doing wrong. That's the most important thing. All right. So it's important you guys know I didn't just throw these exercises together haphazardly. Each one builds on the next. Okay? That brings us to exercise number 6, the infamous U-turn. 27 feet wide. 3 parking spaces. If you're offended by this because you think this is just ridiculously too wide and you want to challenge yourself, this is the 18-foot or less box. So if you want to challenge yourself in here, just don't go past this line. Or if these cones are spooking you, you can pass the line and still try it, you know, but you don't have to worry about hitting the cone on the other side. None of the rules change in here. Remember, I don't set this up. This is not like a competition. That's why these cones are spaced out. Actually, this is the only place I don't have them spaced out because I want it to look, I want you to visually see there's a difference here. But every place else, plenty of space to escape. Please keep in mind, there's nothing for you to hit out here, Mike. So when I say head and eyes and handlebars and keep your head turned, what I ask you to do, I need you to be consistent. So when you turn your handlebars, I need you to be consistent, keep them turned. Head and eyes, keep your head and eyes turned the whole time or looking in the direction that you want to go. And keep in mind that there is nothing for you to hit except a cone. And these are not these cones that are like this high, so you'll be fine. You don't have to lean your motorcycle excessively to make this U-turn. You don't have to fully lock your handlebars, none of that. What you do have to do, come in here. Mike, I'm gonna let you look at this cone, but don't stare at it. As soon as you get here, head and eyes, look at my camera. Handlebars. You don't have to full lock, you don't have to full lean. Keep it loaded. That's really the key to this. You have to keep it loaded. You can't be, now there are some people that come in here and they try to incorporate speed and then let momentum take them through the turn. You do that, the turn's gonna be all the way out here, unless you really lean. But we don't wanna do that. We wanna be the boss of the motorcycle. So stay in the friction zone. You don't need a lot of power. You guys already know that. So I'm gonna do this. One thing I like about this exhaust and the ones on Blaze, it's not hard to listen to the engine, right? My throttle, I want you to hear it as I approach and as I make the turn, it stays the same. The goal is to keep it loaded and keep it where it is. Now it's gonna fluctuate, we're human beings, but that's the goal. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm also gonna do one in this box. And you're gonna see that it doesn't matter how much I lean, or well, I'm not gonna say how slow I'm going. In the speed range that's necessary to keep the motorcycle up, I don't have to have the RPMs real high. Speed is not necessary, just has to be consistent power, okay? So when you guys go through here, the first time we're gonna just make a left turn. You could actually, we'll do that a couple of times. And then the second time, you're gonna stop at this line. Head and eyes, because if we're making a U-turn, we damn sure want to see what's going on before we commit to that turn. And you're just gonna make a U-turn. And then lastly, you're gonna stop there, make a U-turn, stop right here. And then we'll do the same thing going right, okay? All right. Listen to the throttle. And you see, when I turn my head, I'm not bullcrapping like this. I turn my head. Turn your head. Now again, a lot of this stuff is not necessary for, everything. but you play how you practice. And if you get in the habit of doing these things, it's just going to come automatically. You're going to turn like that. All right, we're not trying to get whiplash, but you know. So even in that, oh, I know what I want to mention. So you know, you always hear me use the term be the boss of your motorcycle. Being the boss means knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. A lot of the times people send me emails and comments in the comment section asking me, this happened, or if this happens, what should I do? And my answer is always the same. It depends. You know, that's what being the boss is about. You'll know what to do in that situation. When we were doing exercise number 3, Mike let his motorcycle, remember I told you, as soon as you feel it, open up the clutch, he let his motorcycle go over a little bit more than most people would. And all he did was, and he was fine. But at the same time, he also gave it more throttle. Now, did he need more throttle? Maybe not. But when you feel that, instinctively he knows power. So that was good. That was very good. I forgot to tell you about that. All right, you ready, big guy? You don't look ready.
I look scared. Excited.
There you go. That's the look of excitement.
Yeah.
German style. Look at my camera. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Good. Get that RPMs up, a little low. Because I hear the engine going glug, 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 glug. If you hear that, throttle's too low. Head and eyes, Mark, head and eyes. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Good, good, good. Excellent, excellent. Uh-oh. You know Stefan's competitive, so he might try to go for it now. Throttle, throttle. You ain't gonna make that without leaning. You gotta lean. I knew he was gonna try it. Good. Nice, nice. Supposed to be stopping. Stop right here, Mark. All right, U-turn. Good. Good job, man. Good job. There you go. You're good. The scraping sound actually scared him. As soon as it scraped, he put his foot down. I knew as soon as he did that, you were going to try it. But you ain't going to make it without leaning.
Practice, practice, practice.
That's right. Head and eyes. There we go. I love it, baby. All right, Mark, come to a stop over here. Excellent. Excellent. Beautiful. All right, right turns. Right turns. Excellent, Mike. Excellent. Just straight through. Loving it, guys. Loving it. The guys are looking good, and I'm not surprised at all. Guys, you might be going, oh my God, I can't believe you're letting this guy practice on your Road Glide CVO? You crazy? No. I trust him. But I also trust the saddlebag guards and the engine guard, so what's going to happen? And I put some Pro guards on there, so no harm, no foul. And at the end of the day, if he damages anything, I know he can pay for it, so. Beautiful. Head and eyes. Nice. Yeah, Mike is looking really good. The body, everything is, you know, and he's doing it with those low handlebars, you know, so. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Very nice. But see, I want Mike to slow that down too, because the way he's turning, he doesn't need all that space. All right, stop over here. Perfect. Good. All right, Mike, you're looking good. I want you to slow down because the way you're turning, there's no reason why you should be right here. That's speed. There we go. Outstanding, outstanding. Unless you want to do it again. Because I know that's the way he, looking at him turn, that's the way he should be making all of his turns. No reason for him to be out this wide. No reason to be incorporating that speed because we're out here to practice. Practice slow speed motorcycle operation. Nice, Stefan, looking good, looking really good. Outstanding, Mark. Woo! Outstanding. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 7, the figure 8, but that was just outstanding. That's the way it's supposed to look, people. All right, guys. Exercise number 7, figure 8. Now, this is the same width as that U-turn, so you guys are not going to have a problem with that. And this is 46 feet long. So when you come through here, I want you to come towards this cone. I want you to, I used to say use all the space you have, but everybody doesn't need 46 feet by 27 feet. So use all the space you need. When you come over here, head and eyes, I want you looking at the green cone, the furthest green cone. Handlebars. If you need all this space, use it. Now I know when you first pull up here, Robert, how am I supposed to see this? It's behind me. I see it. Peripheral vision. But even if you can't, as you advance in the turn, you'll see it. Go for it. Hold the turn. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Now we're going to transition. We're not going for the corner. We're going for here. Transition. Head and eyes. Now you're looking at that other cone. I see it. Hold it. Hold it. Use all the space you need. Hold it. Don't come out of the turn. We're not going there because you're losing space. Come to that cone. Transition. Do that twice and then get the hell out of my figure 8. All right? Nothing changes. I don't even have to tell you guys. Nothing changes. The same thing you were doing to make that U-turn, that's what you're doing here. But remember me saying hold it, because that's going to be relevant in the next exercise and the next exercise. And I think we might be setting up the maze. I'm getting excited, or as Stefan would say, it's getting serious.
German way of getting serious.
I don't even know what that means. You're going to have to explain it to me. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Transition. I'll tell you a funny story. So, Mike was making a left U-turn. He was doing one of those left U-turns where he incorporated speed. And he scraped the floorboard and it scared him. And he took his foot off the floorboard like this. And it wasn't because he thought he was falling, it's because the sound scared him. But he didn't put it down. So again, if anytime you take your foot like this but you don't put it down, that's a step in the right direction because that's you fighting an instinct and winning that battle. All right? Any questions? All right. I started to say, Mike, you're first because it's got to go by ranking, but I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding. There's no competition here, man.
fine with that.
There's no competition here. It's not how we roll, Robert Simmons paying it forward. Keep it loaded, Stefan. Keep it loaded. Good, transition. Keep it loaded. Throttle's too low. Throttle, throttle. Good, good. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Good, good. Oh, he lost space right there. Look at the exit, look at the exit, look at the exit. Good job, good job. And he lost space and still made that. But him losing space here, because he didn't come here, he went to the corner. It just made the turn over there tighter, but he was able to do it, so outstanding. Ooh, easy. Oh, man. You're good, you're good, you're good.
I'm just going to restart.
Okay.
I'm going to restart on that one.
All right. That ankle came so close. The heel, I should say, came so close to that saddlebag. And I tell these guys, leave your ego at on the curb, and it's not a competition. But men, we're competitive by nature, so. The fact that Mark made this the first time is killing Stefan. I know it. Good, good. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Look at the exit, look at the exit. Losing space over here. Because he's not coming here, he's going to the corners. So Mark, what's happening is you're not coming to the green cones, you're going to the corners. So you're making these turns tight, that's why you're hitting these cones. Remember, look at the green cone, go to the green cone. Good, good, good. Excellent. Very good. Good. There we go. That's what you got to do. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep it loaded. Good, good, good. Look at the exit. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. And he had a moment where that foot came off the floorboard just briefly. And there was a foot with the rear brake. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. Hold it, that's why you gotta hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. There we go. Perfect. You don't need me anymore. Look at the exit. Outstanding. Outstanding. Wilbur's suspension is well represented in slow speed motorcycle operation. And that's coming from Stefan and from Mike. Just outstanding. All right, guys, exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. All right, guys, exercise number 8, single serpentine. It's almost over. Not quite yet. All right, so when you reach a certain level of skill, at that point, now it's just refinements, little things here and there. It's also somebody just being able to tell you, listen, you just need to do this. Put your wheel there. You already have all of the other stuff down pat. So when Mark was in the figure 8 and he hit these cones, it's because, again, remember the figure 8, you're going like this, not like this. And Mark was going towards the corners. As soon as I told him that, he came back in, perfect, like it was no problem, right? Remember I told you, hold it, hold it. That's getting you back to the green cones. Same thing we're doing here. So you notice my motorcycle was facing like this and not like this. Not that it would be a big deal, but I'm in the business of working smarter, not harder. Can I come through this gate and go right to this gate? Yes, of course. And make this turn and go straight to this one, yes. And at the level of skill that you guys have, not a problem. But remember, I don't want this to look like this. I want it to look like this. So I'm not saying you can't do it like that, because of course I know you're going to challenge yourself. But when you first come through here, I want you to come all the way over here. All the way over here. Head and eyes, handlebars. So now, when you come through this gate, you're already kind of making the turn, right? Head and eyes, look at the gate you came from. That's why I want you to go toward. Go toward it. Hold it. Hold it. Head and eyes, handlebars. Head and eyes, handlebars. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Going back where you came from. Head and eyes, handlebars, right? So on and so forth till you get to the end. So I'm going to do it going that way, the way I just told you. And then coming back, I'm going to do it going straight to the cones. Like I said, of course it's doable, but literally it's more work. But sometimes we like to work harder. It's more challenging. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Handlebars. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it, hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Head and eyes. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Now I'm going to go right for it. Way more work. But I know you guys can do it. All right, who's up? Stefan. Good. Very good. Excellent. Beautiful. Now remember, it's not a competition, but the goal is you don't want to go past the outside lines. All right, who's next? Excellent. Now Mark didn't go out wide, so he's too far. Too far. Start over, Mark. Start over. far. So right from the start, he started wrong. He went right to the gate. You got to come out wide. So now he's wide all. If you start out wrong, yeah. Keep it loaded. All right, Mike. Help him out, Stefan. Help him out. Very good. Excellent. You know what you did wrong? Do you know what you did wrong? What?
I turned too late the handlebar.
You turned too early. When you first came through here, you went like this. You should be going this way. And once you did that, your turn here with all, you will be on the next gate. So that's why I was saying, just start over. All right, Stefan, go ahead. You going again? Of course you are. Nice. Very nice. All right, we got Mark. Round two. There we go. Nope. Held it too long. So his transitions need to be quicker. Like he's starting the transition almost at the next gate. You're not going to make it. Okay, hold on. What a beautiful day. Another reason I like Georgia, you get a little bit of winter in the morning and then it's springtime by the afternoon. Okay, so two things. One, Stefan, you weren't here when I said it before, but the goal is to not go past the outside lines. Okay? Mark, your bike's on. So the purpose of this exercise is to get you comfortable doing quick transitions, right? But they're not ridiculously quick. If you're in the right flow, you're fine. If you look at Mike do this, everything is just so fluid, right? So Stefan, Mark, the mistake you're making is you're making your transitions too slow. Like you're turning the handlebars like this while you're still moving straight, so you're losing space. So as soon as you make that turn, you got to transition to the next turn. And that's why you're going way out wide into the other turns. So give it another try. You can all give it another try if you want. And remember, watch your speed. Watch your speed. go. Nice. Very nice. See? And now he's not going past any outside lines. Looking really good. Looking really good. See how his turns are now like this? It look way better. Excellent, Stefan. Excellent. Transition. There you go. Like I said, if you have a certain skill, all you need to be told is, hey, do this, do that, and you'll put it together. That's what you're witnessing right here with Mark. What did I say? If you have a skill set, all you need to be told is do this, do that, and you'll put it together. And nothing's different here. They're still making left turns and right turns, but you know, the biggest challenge out here with most motorcycle riders is mental, not physical. Sometimes just doing it from a different starting point, you know, changes things for people. Excellent. Outstanding, Mike. Outstanding. That's called cone abuse when you drag it. Okay, Mark, when you came through that time, when you go back and watch this, you'll see you're looking at the cones. And that's why you're hitting them. So just keep that in mind. But outside of that, outstanding job. Both your motorcycles are on. That's why I like having a CVO. You don't have to worry about that. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 9, the abominable snowman. Abominable. All right, guys. Break it up. Break it up. As I said before, there's no pressure. That's what I like about the snowman. Somebody asked me, he said, I noticed that you got rid of the intersection. Why? I told him a couple of reasons. One, the intersection took forever for me to set up. 2, I had to figure out where should I put it, 24 feet, 18 feet, 27 feet. The good thing about the snowman is it incorporates the same kind of skills except for the transitions, but you can select 27 feet, 25 feet, 22 feet, 18 feet. You don't have to go any further than you're comfortable doing, okay? So what I am gonna say to you is, if you decide to say, hey, I wanna do that one at the top because I did an 18-foot turn there, it's a different kind of 18-foot turn because it's 18 feet all the way around. So if you're gonna make that turn, let's suppose you're gonna make a left turn. Again, you're not boxed in here. I need you to bring your wheel all the way over here. And once you get over here, you have to hug these cones. And when you get to almost the top of the turn, that's when you're gonna look at the exit and commit to that turn. Don't do it early because you're not going to make it, okay? And there's no margin for error up there. So if you think you're going to be all the way over here, but your wheel's here, whatever you take here, you're giving up over there, okay? All right, so I'm going to run through it. If you start here on the right turn, all the way to the top is going to be a left. Remember me saying hold it, hold it? That's all you're doing in here. You get in there and you hold it. Nice, look at the exit. That's what the green cones are for. Any questions? All right, let's do it. Got Stefan here. Remember, we got to watch our speed in here. Head and eyes, good. You might ask, well, if I'm going in a circle, what am I looking at? Just keep looking over your shoulder until you can see the exit, and then you focus on the exit. Started that turn early. I'm gonna start telling them, if you know you're not gonna make it, just like go out. Don't just mow down all the cones. But I give Stefan credit for even going for it. The confidence is up. Again, he's on my motorcycle, not his. Now the disadvantage Mark has is the handlebars on this motorcycle suck. They really do, so I can't wait to change them. Now we started that turn very early, so it's going to be tight over on this side, but he's still got room. But once you get up here, that's not going to fly. Got to go all the way over. No, way too early. Way too early, way too early. Very good, very good. Keep it loaded. And guys, remember this guy said he was a 1? And I told you I was contesting that 1? Yeah, there's a reason why I said that. His mark is F-O-S. Look at Stefan. Stefan is studying Mike right now. He will not look away. He won't blink. Yeah, a little too early, that's all. Hold up, hold up, hold up. No, hold it. Leave it. Turn it off. Okay, step away. Did you watch my video? Oh no, you don't watch my video. The new way to pick this thing up.
The new way to pick it up, right? Up and
Yeah.
over.
Left hand on the right grip, right hand on the left grip. Make sure you're close to the motorcycle.
Yep.
You're gonna be pushing with this hand, pulling with this hand, and legs. Everything simultaneously. Ready? Nice and easy.
Got it.
So the only thing you did here, do you know what you did wrong?
Tried to get, I ended up increasing my speed too much, and it like I was trying to put power down to the wheel, and it kind of pushed me out farther, and then I just tried to lean more to.
The only thing, here's what happened. You started your turn right here.
Okay.
So that's why you said, man, I got to really lean because I ain't going to make it. But that shows where you are skill-wise. You were like, screw that, I'm just going to throw this thing all the way over. So all you did was lean the motorcycle beyond its limits.
So I just got to get my front wheel
Right here.
right there.
Right here.
All right.
Even if you want to put it between these two cones, that's fine. Okay. And then you're golden.
All right.
Let's do it again. Excellent job, man. Started that turn early, no problem in 22 feet. But when you come in here, there we go. But you got to throw that baby over. So he's not going to be comfortable doing that on my motorcycle, and I don't blame him. All right, we get Mark back in here. Mike's bike is on. Scooted up on the seat. Started that turn very early. But he can navigate that turn well enough to be able to still make that. Too early. Too early. All right, let's get Mike back in here. All right, so right there, it looked like he was over enough, but he didn't hug the cones long enough. He committed to the exit too early. Sometimes after we drop the motorcycle, we get a little gun shy too. All right, I think they might be done. All right, guys, I'm going to ask them if they want to do, if they want me to set up the maze, or we'll just do follow the leader. We'll figure it out. You guys going again? Okay. Go ahead, do it. I had to get that right turn in. I just realized I didn't do it going right. The top of this snowman. Again, that turn's not going to happen without you leaning that bike all the way over. And it's not his motorcycle, so I get it. So when Mark gets into the top of this circle, he's starting way too early. But I think even if he puts his wheels exactly where they're supposed to be, he still might have an issue with this turn because you got to lean that motorcycle over. Now I am happy with the Wilbur suspension now because it makes this motorcycle a little bit higher. But before, as soon as I started to make a turn on this motorcycle, it was scraping right away. Too early, too early. He's a cone abuser. You're still starting that turn too early.
I think without lean angle, it's not possible to do that.
See, this is why I like you, Mark, because I just said on the camera. If you guys didn't hear that, Mark said, I think without the lean angle, this is not possible. I just said on the camera, even if Mark puts his wheels exactly where they need to be, you got to lean that bike all the way over, otherwise it's not going to happen. It's not possible, you're right. All right, Mike, you got this. If he doesn't make it this time, I'm just going to tell him, forget about the other circles. Just come up here and do this circle. Hey, Mike. Okay, so that time, your wheels where it's supposed to be. The last time you came through, you committed to that turn too early. Yeah. You have to hug this all the way up to about right here, okay. Right? But also, you have to look at that exit. Like, that's why I say, other places, you don't have to turn your head. It's not that important, but the tighter it gets, it makes a difference. Okay. Forget about the other circles. Just come right to this one. And the same thing with Stefan. Like I said, this is not his motorcycle, so he's not going to feel comfortable leaning a lot. And you have to lean this motorcycle a lot, particularly Blaze. With that 21-inch front wheel, you got to lean it over to make this turn. So that turned very early. That's why he's right on top of these cones over here. Right there, he has to throw it over. He's not comfortable doing it. His wheel placement was perfect. There's no quitting these guys, I'll tell you that much. Too early. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Is it on? There we go. Stop. Okay. Well, you got the hand, right? Left hand on here, not right.
Left hand, yes.
Yeah, right. When you go to pick this up, make sure you're close to the motorcycle. Like, see how my leads?
Yeah.
And then you push, pull, legs at the same time. So you're not like this, just like that. All right, give it a shot. I should get Stefan over here because he said he couldn't do it.
Left or right?
Yeah, you're good. Your right leg should be back. Your right leg should be back. Yeah, push this leg forward. Okay. And everything simultaneously. No, don't bend down like that. Stand straight up. There we go. All right, let it go. Let it go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Put it back down. No. Put it back down. Let it go back down. No. Let it go back down. Let it drop.
Okay. Looks easy.
It's, where the hell's the kickstand? Oh. It's really the legs. If your legs are not in the right place, it's going to make you, because you're actually, at a certain point, you're using your arms. That's not going to work. And everything has to be at the exact same time. Pull, push, legs. And you have to be close. All right, anyway.
All right. Nice experience.
That's it.
Yeah. I have to return because I won't make it today.
Well, I already said, keep in mind, it's not your motorcycle. You're not going to feel comfortable leaning that motorcycle as much as it needs to be leaned in this circle to make this turn, especially with that 21-inch wheel. It makes a difference.
But I still love her.
Of course you do. You love her so much you don't want to drop her. I understand. You got to love her enough to drop her. But we're going to get Mike in here. I told him skip the other circles. Just come right here. Mike. All right, let's get Mike in here. Because clearly Mike can make this turn. No, I just told you to come. I told him that you were coming right in here. Head and eyes! Like I'm looking at his helmet. His helmet didn't even turn towards, his helmet should be looking at that exit. When he goes back and watches this video, he'll see. Head and eyes! Try it one more time. Look at the exit, look at the exit. All right. Not gonna happen today. All right. Look at me. Look at me. Keep looking at me. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Head and eyes, people, so damn important. It makes a difference, especially when you're doing something this tight. All right, so before I ask these guys any questions about, you know, did they have fun, how they rate themselves, you know how we do it, I have to say, this was just an absolute blast. I mean, it really was. Looking at the level of confidence of the riders out here today, like I said before, Germany, well represented. The North, well represented. Wilbur Suspension, well represented. Wilbur Suspension Germany, Wilbur Suspension USA, well represented. I mean, they just did a phenomenal job. And I know I said before, Robert, are you letting this guy ride your CVO? Are you crazy? Listen, a few things. Like I said, I wasn't worried at all. I know he's confident. I also know he's not reckless. So he's not going to try something he's not confident doing. Can mistakes still happen? Yes. The motorcycle has engine guards and saddlebag guards, and I have pro guards on top of those. But at the end of the day, if anything else crazy happened, he's employed. He's got a job, so he can afford to fix it. So I'm not worried about it. All right? All right. And worst case scenario, if he got to swap some parts off of his motorcycle to mine, we'll do that. Mark, did you enjoy yourself?
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun. Amazing. Thank you very much, Robert.
Thank you, man, for the distance travel, for winning the award of the second longest. And you got beat by what, 18 feet, 80 feet?
18.
18 feet?
Size matters, you know?
Size does matter.
We added this out.
Do you remember what you rated yourself when you got here?
Yes, it was a 1.
It was a 1, so I'm going to make sure I walk. I don't want to be on camera when you give me the next number, in case you say something ridiculous, like 1. Okay, any change in that number?
Yes, I would say yes. At least 1.5. But
See, that's why I walked off the camera.
yeah, I have dropped the motorcycle.
He's picking his gun. He's picking his gun. Right.
Okay. So seriously, it's a 4.
Okay, so I don't rate anybody. I like everybody to rate themselves, because then you work with that number. So if he thinks he's a 4, first he's crazy. But if he thinks he's a 4, fine, he's a 4. But you guys be the judge of it. You watch them. So a 4 doesn't do 80% of what you did out here today. I'm just letting you know that. 4, no. But at least it's better than a 1 and a 1.5. So I usually say to people, will you be back? I'm not going to ask that question because, again, you guys are not even close to being close. But if you ever get the opportunity to come back here, absolutely, I'll definitely put this together. I go above and beyond for people when they are traveling a long distance. For instance, tomorrow's practice session, I wasn't going to do it, but 2 of the people are coming here from Ohio. So I got to get out here and do all this all over again. It's going to be another good day. So it was a pleasure meeting you. Even bigger pleasure out here riding and seeing you in person show that motorcycle who's the boss. So you showed Angel who the boss is. I'm looking forward to your new video of you guys out there practicing. Excellent job. Please pass the mic.
Thank you very much.
We'll do the next VIP.
To the next V.I.Preloader.
Yeah.
Stefan.
Are you a preloader in the meantime?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, there's no way he's going to leave here and not be a preloader now, especially since he's on the video. Okay, Stefan, you remember the number you gave yourself?
I think I hesitated and then decided to be a 5.
Okay, so before we get to, is there any change in your number? Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, it was a thrill. I enjoyed every single moment. It was challenging, and I think I made a lot of progress. So
absolutely, and that's what I wanted to ask Mark as well. Clearly, if your number went up, your confidence went up, and that's always the goal. Okay, is there any change in your number?
With you claiming to be a number 8, I might be a number 6 now.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
That is absolutely excellent. And again, I want to thank you for coming out and practicing with me. I appreciate it. I don't even know what else to say, man. You guys, you did awesome. You really did awesome. You showed, Blaze is proud. She doesn't feel proud because she got these black things on it, but you know, we understand. We want to be safe rather than sorry.
Yeah, I'm glad that we removed the saddlebags, because otherwise I wouldn't have had that confidence to go a little further.
Okay, so
yeah.
What he reminds me of when he said that is, I remember a guy came out here and he said, I should have came out here with like an empty gas tank because the motorcycle would have been lighter. I want you to think about how ridiculous that sounds. I keep telling you, I don't want to hear anything about the weight, and I damn sure don't want to hear about the 2 ounces that is added because of gasoline. I mean, remember, I did this whole thing with my wife on the motorcycle. So weight is never an issue. It's always about technique. So, and the biggest obstacle we always have out here is our minds. Very rarely is it a physical reason why we can't do this stuff. It's mental. And Stefan is mental when he's talking about taking the bags off. But again, I understand it's not his motorcycle. Oh, you take your bags off too, though.
Yeah.
I did see that. So.
Yeah.
And you don't have, hold up, you put on saddlebag guards, didn't you? You took them off?
No.
Oh, okay.
I took the saddlebags off on my bike.
But not, okay.
You know?
All right, yeah. Okay, so anyway.
Redundancy, that's what we call it in aviation.
But remember this, we practice for uh-oh. If uh-oh happens out in the real world, uh-oh's not going to give you a chance to say, wait, let me take off my saddlebags.
Yeah.
So practice on your motorcycle the way it is at your level. If somebody's really, really worried, I can understand. At your level, you don't need to do that anymore. You really don't. Okay, but that's just my opinion. At the end of the day, you need to do what's comfortable.
No, you're right, but I got the confidence today to do it with a saddlebags.
That's what I like to hear. Pastor Mike. Okay, non-preloader, Mike.
Non-preloader. I'm a
future
preloader.
That's right. I'm a glass half full type of guy. Okay. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun.
Good, good. And do you remember what you rated yourself when you came here? Today, not
Today. Today I said a 5.
Any change in that number?
I like the 6 number. I like the 6.
So I'm going to say, like he said, when I first asked him this question in my garage, he said he was a 7. I'm not arguing with that 7, man. I'm just not.
I think I have a lot of that instinct with
my
feet
I get
still.
It. Yeah, I get it.
I definitely see some.
But based on the motorcycle riding community that I have witnessed, I wouldn't argue with his 7, but he did outstanding. You guys be the judge of that, just outstanding. So this is probably the best group. Let me scratch that. This is the best group I've ever had as a group. Thank you. All right, I appreciate it. I was going to get a lot crazier and do a lot, but I was like, nope, these guys are riding my motorcycles except for Mike. So I said, I'll leave it at that. Anyway, pleasure to have you guys here.
Thank you.
Looking forward to having you back. That's it, guys. Guys. What a day. I mean, you guys saw this, right? They were phenomenal. Phenomenal. So much fun. And at the end of the day, guys, it's practice, right? It's practice. Now, I remember when I first saw Stefan and heard of Stefan and Mark, and they would send me videos. They weren't riding the way they're riding today, and they were on their motorcycles. Let's keep that in mind. Usually, you're not gonna feel as confident riding somebody else's motorcycle. I get that. But did you see them? And then Mike, just outstanding, and I remember when he told me, but I came from dirt bikes, and he used that word heavy. I told him I don't want to hear that word heavy. Whatever you did on your dirt bike, the same rules apply. And he was just outstanding out here. No fear as far as leaning the motorcycle at slow speeds and using that rear brake, staying in the friction zone, all of the things that I constantly talk about. That's what you saw here today, guys. So listen, I know for a fact that everybody's not going to be at that level, and that's fine. Remember, the goal of this channel is not for you to make 18-foot U-turns, drag your floorboards and stuff like that. But it's just to get your confidence up so that you can make right turns, left turns, and U-turns with confidence. And it's going to make you safer, guys. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. All right, guys? So, again, I want to thank these guys. Again, listen, Germany, guys. Germany. And Mike drove a van with this motorcycle in it all the way from New Jersey. Okay, to come down here, practice with me. So appreciate it. Appreciate this weather down here in Georgia. So I'm going to say it again, guys. I'm not rubbing it in your face. If you're in Chicago, it's freezing. Well, someplace closer than Chicago, but it's freezing. And you want to practice, and you have a trailer, get down here and come practice. Look at this weather, guys. Oh, my gosh. So they're picking up the cones for me. I appreciate them for doing that. And then we're going to go for a ride. We're going to ride to Harley Davidson and go visit Violet because she's at the dealership. That's a whole nother story. But that's going to do it, guys. Listen, as I always say, guys, if anything, and I mean anything that you could be doing with your time, the fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, I highly appreciate that. Spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. I want to give a shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there, guys, and know that you're appreciated. Special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol, the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit, particularly Highway 1 because that's where I work, and the Motorcycle Highway District because that's where the school is. That's what taught me how to ride these motorcycles the way I ride them. But guys, I say this all the time, and it's so true. When I left motorcycle school, got assigned to my first command, Highway 1, the first time I got on a motorcycle there, my confidence was still low, you know, because everything was different now. I'm still learning. And it was nowhere near where it is now. How does that happen? Practice. So I'm never taking away anything from the NYPD Highway Patrol because they gave me all of the basics of what I needed to know. But it's up to me to continue to learn, and that's what I did. All right, guys, and that's what I want you to do too. So remember, please practice, 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 preload and keep it loaded, and practice, 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 guys, because practice breeds confidence, and a confident rider is not only a safer rider, but a rider that's going to enjoy riding their motorcycle way more. I guarantee it, guys. Until next time.